Hey guys, just want to do a quick update since Michael's been doing one, and I feel like I should be doing more than him since I'm obviously a little further along. So here's the engine and transmission I bolted together for fitment. Still no clutch parts, but I just wanted to get it in there because tomorrow the guy's supposed to come by and weld up my motor mounts, which have been removed, which were not fun to remove, but it took several cutting wheels. Here are those mounts with the little mount tab. It's actually a little bolt, but and they fit on here. I think it's on, this one goes on this side. There's a little teeny hole in the frame, and I guess you're supposed to control how much an angle you need the engine to be at, I guess. But I'll worry about that tomorrow when that guy comes. He's done several of these swaps, so I wanted him to take a look at it, tell me what he thinks. I still don't have headers, which I probably need for fitment, but with him being here, I feel a little better about it. And I'm probably going to get the block hung headers so they wrap down. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but I guess I'll see once I drop it in there. I should actually have it in there tonight, waiting for him to weld up everything. But an issue I ran into with the exhaust manifold studs is, I think 4 broke on me, and this one right here, that hole that's all jacked up, there is a tap in there. That one I broke an easy out in, and I tried everything in the book to get it out, and obviously when I got it out, the threads are all messed up, so I had to rethread the hole, and it's about 3/4 of the way through, it cracked on me. I heard a pop, and I tried to back it out. When I backed it out, it got slammed in there. So I even took a tungsten bit and tried to eat it up, and that's not working. Well, it worked a little bit until the tungsten bit took a dump, but I'll just have to keep working at it. Obviously, I'm probably going to have to go up in bolt size, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I'm taking a break on that. I probably spent like $55–60 just in bits and taps and, you know, lube, everything else, everything. But this one I had to retap too, and this is original stud. I mean, if you can get them out, I recommend you getting them out, because I don't feel confident in tightening those up too much with the new header, because the new headers do come with bolts, which I'm probably just going to try to go with some eBay ones at first. They may crack over time, but the ones for the swap are like, I think $350 or something like that. But I'm just going to do those for a little while. It's not like I drive the Jeep much anyway. But these are the mounts. They come with, you know, the bracket, and then there's actually spacers, which you're only supposed to use spacers, I think, on a 360, because the thickness of the block at the mount is a little narrower than the 318. But I used them as an extra piece of metal for clamping. I'm actually, today, I'm going to go buy some longer bolts, maybe some grade 8, and tighten them down real good. It just, as an engineer, clamping is a lot stronger than trying to over tighten on this cast block. I don't like cast because I've had problems in the past where it will crack under certain circumstances. Another issue I ran into is this plate right here. Obviously, this transmission's from a 91 Cherokee. And my 97 4-cylinder TJ plate, the mount holes to the transmission are different. So I didn't even realize that until I hit that point, and I was trying to decide how to drill out the holes in the other mount plate until I realized that it wasn't just because this was out of a 91 Cherokee. So I picked that up on eBay for 40 bucks, but most of you don't have to go through that. Here's the wiring harness complete. I will say it was a pain in the ass for me because almost every single one of my sensors were different compared to my 99 donor engine. So I had to pretty much depin majority of the harness and even splice in some of my ASD stuff, mainly because it actually runs to the rear fuel pump and some of the other power supplies I had to splice into for these sensors. I think it's purple and orange one I had to splice in. I'm not sure. This is several late nights of me trying to get it correct. I'm assuming I'm going to run into a problem when I install it. That's why I'm not really too concerned about making it pretty right now. It's zip tied where it needs to be. I mean, everything should have enough length to get where it needs to go. My alternator connection was different, so I think I have the wires I need. I guess I'll do that when I get there. There's two different alternators they offered. 99 had a plug style and the other had the typical whatever the hell that is. So of course mine has the plug style, so I'm gonna have to deal with that if I want to get a new alternator or just run that one. I'll probably just run that one, make it work. Just have to make sure I get the wiring right. I am probably going to go ahead and go with a new radiator. I really didn't want to because, like Mike says, everything is adding up. I'll probably get a Ford Taurus fan this weekend. Or, yeah, I think it's a Taurus. Whatever it is, I'll look it up online again, but I'll go to the junkyard and pull one of those because that radiator looks kind of small once you have it out and it's all cleaned up. But they offer some decent ones on eBay. I'm gonna try to go with one of those if mine isn't efficient enough. A lot of this is gonna be putting it together just to have it together to see what I need to redo, because I'm itching to get it done, but I'm just kind of over it too. It's a lot more parts than I was expecting. Not that I wasn't expecting, but just, I mean, I got like $150 in grade A bolts in this thing. And that's just in bolts. And I had to re-drill and clock transmission. That's a drill bit. And then all the bits I needed for the broken studs. And let's see, I broke one stud on this, or bolt on this one, manifold. I recommend if you can afford it, just go ahead and replace these intake manifold bolts, because they're known to break when you back them out anyway. But I was trying to be cheap and I just anti-seized everything and shoved them back in and tried to torque the last one just to see if these bolts would handle the torque that they're rated at, and it snapped pretty good, so I had to go to the hardware store and get that. Other than that, I'm going to place it in there tomorrow, put the transmission in where it needs to be tonight, and make sure everything is correct. If I'm going to have to end up changing drive shafts, I'm just going to go ahead and do a belly pan and just bite the bullet, and it's going to take me like another couple months to get the money for that. Wife's had me doing a lot around the house, building stuff. She did buy me this fancy air compressor though. So a lot of our money has gone towards household projects. Oh, one more thing. I'm trying to build the dust cover, and I'm not really sure how I need to finish this off. It'd be nice if I had one laying around for a template, but that's going to be another one of those trial and error things. I'm probably going to, when I get a starter, I'm going to have to measure the diameter, cut that out, and then figure out how low I need to go to get around the crank and see if I actually need to recess this at all to clear anything. Right now I don't know. I may just keep trying to find one, but those are going to be just as hard to find, if not harder than the bell housings, because the guy I bought the bell housing from said he lost it, but I just got a feeling he just didn't really care to grab it. I'm going to try to keep the power steering the way it is. I know it's going to be close to, I guess it's the steering arm. It's going to be close to something. But then I got to get power steering lines and, you know, hoses and everything else. I got to buy an oil cap too, because that was broken. It's all these little things, man. All these little things. But, I mean, at least it's coming. At least it's coming. Alright, well, I'll take video tonight, and then tomorrow, if I get it welded in, like I said, he should be by tomorrow. But I mean, something could come up, so who knows. Alright guys, later.